And we're rolling.
All right.
So we always just call each other, and it's an extended amount of time, about 40 minutes to an hour. So we had the bright idea of just starting a podcast and kind of going over everything we talk about. A lot of it's fantasy, college football, and just a little bit of everything. And I thought I'd bring that to YouTube, and if anyone wants to watch it and look back, I thought it'd be interesting if eventually my kids got to see how their grandpa was before he lost his mind and how ambitious he was, because over his years he's lost a little bit of that fire in him, so kind of just show everything. We don't have much to talk about this time because it's our first one, so it's a little practice run. We're just going to go over fantasy football. We're kind of at a week 3, different crossroads. We just played each other. We were both 0-1, 0-2. I don't know. Well, that was 2 weeks ago. But so we're going to kind of go over what to do if you're at 0-3, because I've been there and Kev's there now.
I'm 0-3.
We did we're in a 10-team full PPR league, and so whenever we talk about that kind of changes the way that things are. No QB, 300-yard winning, anything like that. None of those extra points that a lot of leagues will do. So we're just going to go over that. We haven't talked all week about fantasy, so we should have a lot to talk about. I'm currently 2-1, should be 3-0, but Jerry Jeudy decided to have the game of his life, and I don't think he scored over 3 points since, because that guy is ass. And we'll start with Kev, because my first year of fantasy football, I started off 1-4 and then 1-5, and both years I ended up getting second. So he was 14-3 last year. He had an unheard of year, and I would always tell him that we'll probably never see a 14-3 team in our league again.
My rookie year, that was my first time ever.
So he doesn't understand the trials and tribulations of fantasy football, and I think I can kind of help him out because I've been in worse situations. So we'll just he's got a lot of early slate. He's got 2 Thursday, 2 at 9:30 a.m. They're playing in London. His running backs aren't doing well. His top high 2 picks, that's usually when you start off at that 0-3. He's got those waiver wires. Just got Madison, and he's got some notes there for us to kind of tell us what he thinks, and I'll give my input, what I think he can do.
I have Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, and Cook. He's got a dislocated shoulder, but he's going to be wearing a harness Sunday, so he's supposed to play. He practiced full practice today, so he's supposed to wear that harness. Last year he wore that harness in week 14 and ran for 205 yards against the Steelers. So I'm hoping he does something like that this week. But yeah, it's tough, especially after I'm the defending champion, and I talk a lot of crap, and it's kind of embarrassing. I'm 0-3 after the season I had last year, my first year, but I was lucky last year. I had Cooper Kupp, and anyone who plays fantasy knows what Cooper Kupp did. So
I remember when he picked him over Allen Robinson. No, it wasn't Allen Robinson. It was Robert Woods.
Yeah.
I was confused, and then when he went off, I thought Kev bamboozled us.
I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. I just got lucky. But I still think I can beat over half of the people in our league. So I do.
Yeah, our league, they're a different breed. They're not very deep. They choose each position just right off the board once they need it filled, and they're unorthodox, but they have weeks where they'll go for 170 or they'll go for 70, and it's really no in between, no consistency out of them. But he's kind of figuring out that it's not 14-3 every time. I think he went on a 11-game win streak, or
it was close. Yeah,
3-3 last year, and then won out. I was the last person to beat him, so
Yeah, it was pretty good.
that's I don't know. I always just because I always pick running backs first, and I pick Cook and Kamara, and you pick Cook and Kamara, but I'd always just ride with my running backs, and he's talking about trying to trade them out and start Kareem Hunt, and I just think you gotta go with the number one guys, and
Yeah, I'm not gonna give up on them yet. I think they still have something. I've picked up a couple good ones off the waiver wire, I think. And Chris Olave. I've got Chris Olave, and he's moved up into like a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 position now.
yeah. I saw Olave was rated over Drake London.
He's ranked higher than Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, he's rated above both of those, and
Yeah, that's a surprise. But Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry are both hurt right now. So, but then that means Olave will probably get the best cover corners, or maybe not.
I don't think the Vikings really have anybody that. Oh, are you going to start Olave?
I'm kicking it around. I don't know. I'll have to see, but
I'm deciding between Drake London, Brandon Cooks, Jeff Wilson.
I mean, it's hard to take Waddle out,
Yeah, I
even if
wouldn't
he
take
is.
Waddle out.
He's gimpy right now, groin.
Oh.
So, but they
He's
say
playing tonight, isn't he?
he's going to play. Yeah, and then Christian Kirk. A lot of people are saying he's like the best slot receiver in the NFL right now.
I wanted to take him, not because he's a good football player, just because they paid him so much.
Yeah.
I figured they'd definitely try and get him the ball.
Yeah,
You're going to pay a guy that much.
he's stepping up, and Olave's stepping up. I don't think I'm in a bad position with my receivers. It's just my running backs are averaging 10, 11 yards a carry, or 10 or 11 points. So I can't win with that. I've got to at least get, I've got to get more. That's my problem. So.
Well, you'll be consistent. You got the 2 number 1 running backs on the team. Last year they went off the board at 3 and 5, I think, average.
Yeah, but they're dropping this year. They're both dropping.
Well, I think people were afraid to take Kamara, and then Cook was.
Oh, I just read where they delayed or they moved back. Kamara was in court today, and they delayed it now until in November. And they said because of that, there is probably not going to be any suspension this year.
Yeah.
Remember I told you that earlier?
Well, I think that's why a lot of people weren't taking him. He was going off the board.
I know,
at
but
20-something, and then you got him at what, 9 and 11? Or,
yeah.
Or
But
9 and 12.
He might bust out now, because now he doesn't have that hanging over his head this year. I don't know, but
Something
I
funny.
told you that was going to happen though.
Yeah.
That's what Schefter said.
Right. Well, I was looking at some people across the league, and stepdad Todd is very lucky. And, yeah, but he's playing area, so it's Tampa Bay and the Chiefs. So Tom Brady, and they're still having it at home. It's going to be a hurricane, and his opponent has Juju and Pat Mahomes. So they're probably just going to be running the ball, which I got Leonard Fournette, so that works out for me. But
Are you sure they're still playing it there?
they're supposed to be.
I don't know. I bet they won't.
I heard Todd said he read that they were. Then with those rains and everything.
That hurricane went right through Tampa.
I heard it was
They said that if they have to move it, they're moving it to Minnesota.
That's a weird place to.
They said if they have to move it, they're moving it to Minnesota.
Well,
that's weird, but
I don't want them to do that. I want it to be a
they're going to play
rainy slugfest. Leonard Fournette.
play in the Metrodome.
Leonard Fournette for about 35 carries.
Yeah.
I want it. I want them
that'd
to
work out for you. Yeah.
Well, and it works out for Todd because he's playing Mahomes and Juju and.
Yeah, but he's got Well, who's he playing?
Trey.
Okay.
Trey's team's one of those goes for a ton or goes for none. And every time he plays me, he goes for a ton, so.
Yeah.
Jerry Judy, 24 points. I lose by 2 week 1. Should be undefeated.
Yeah, you should be undefeated.
Kicker scored 1 and defense dropped a 0, I think.
You've got the best team.
I think I'm projected about 140 every week, and everyone else is 119 to 122.
Yeah.
A couple outliers, good matchups, but I don't know. I keep moving Brandon Cooks, Drake London, and Jeff Wilson out of my flex. I can't decide which one I want to go with. Cooks is due for a comeback game against the Chargers. He had 4 last week, but he's a number 1 receiver. Davis Mills throws to him. Drake London, obviously, for a rookie, getting 36% of the throws.
He's doing good.
Jeff Wilson, I don't know. Don't know if I can even trust him, but he's kind of unproven, and their running back situation's messed up, so probably won't go with him, but that's my only problems. Damon Pierce had a questionable.
Yeah.
Somebody I stole off the wire from him.
Well.
Claims he doesn't bother him, but I know it would have to.
Doesn't bother me. If he was scoring.
He scored 18 last week.
Okay, just last week.
Yeah, but he's been getting 60% of the targets and shares, and
he's a rookie though.
He's on the way up. He's on the come up. But we
I was going to tell you this yesterday. I read something about my thoughts on running backs especially. I mean, I don't know. Dalvin Cook and Kamara, they're getting up there in age. They've been in the league for how many years now, and they've had their big multiple years where they've done really well, and most running backs don't last that long at that elite level. They can't sustain it. A lot of running backs in the NFL they're good for maybe 3 or 4, really good years.
I'm saying 4 to 6,
but 4 to 6. So I don't know if that's what's wrong. If that's what's happening with Cook and Kamara or not. I hope not. I hope they have 1 good year left in them right now. But they also say 3rd year. So Saquon Barkley.
He's going off.
Yeah, right. 3rd year.
Well, he was hurt. One of them.
I know, but
1 or 2.
3rd year.
Yeah.
Is what they say. That's when the running back, like his 3rd year in the NFL, is when they can really. A lot of them the good ones. So that's something to pay attention to. See that I was wanting Barkley at the beginning.
I wanted Barkley too.
But the ACL did bother me. But I wanted Barkley for that reason, because it was his 3rd year, and it's held up true. Because he's going off if he doesn't get hurt.
A lot of those teams, their teams just suck. They don't have any good backups. So Kamara and Cook, I mean, he's got Madison that can carry the load, which is
I like Madison.
But you've got him.
He runs good.
The only time you could really start him is if Cook is.
I know. That's fine.
Injured.
I'll keep him as a backup.
Just those teams that, I don't know, they've only got 1 running back. Those are the ones I go for. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey, Fournette. You don't really have to worry about them not getting their share. Fournette seems like he's getting up there too. He's not scoring touchdowns, but he's getting 25, 30 carries a game.
Yeah. It's
good. It's good volume, but
he's a good, big, strong running back.
Right.
That's what you gotta. I mean,
I want those goal line guys, not the ones that they take out right before.
I like Fournette.
Baker's screwing everybody up. He's only throwing McCaffrey about 4 times.
McCaffrey's hurt. Did you know that?
Whatever. He's got a groin issue. But
he's on the injury list.
Yeah, I think he practiced today, though.
I don't think he did. I don't think he practiced today.
He doesn't practice on Wednesdays. He does that veteran Wednesday, no practice.
Today's Thursday, though.
Oh, no.
You better check. Because I saw that today. I don't think he practiced.
I always got to watch him. The coach said he was going to be fine, so.
Don't say anything, man.
Yeah, he always has been. Well, he always plays whenever the coach says he's going to be fine. Well, Mayfield's not throwing to him anyway. Mayfield is one quarterback that just makes everybody worse.
McCaffrey's exciting and all that, but
I just need him to throw to him.
He is getting...
He used to get 8 to 9 targets a game. Now he's getting 4.
You know what? I defended Mayfield for as long as I could. And you're right. He's ruined him. He's ruined DJ Moore this year.
Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry.
He ruined those guys in Cleveland. So, yeah. You know what? I was wrong about him. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, and I was defending him, but I'm not doing it anymore because I thought Carolina would come out and they had some good weapons. Haven't done nothing. I don't know if it's the line or not.
Well, it's Mayfield.
What about that game tonight? Cincinnati.
Have you seen their uniforms?
No, I heard they were supposed to do something.
On that white Bengal uniform.
Oh, okay. I heard something.
Cool. They did an interview with Joe Burrow and asked him what he thought about it. And he said, I don't care too much. I wear trash bags just as long as I got to play.
Well,
he's becoming a bit corny. I don't know. Everybody, and it's not his fault. The media hyped him up so much that everything he does, and now they're 1-2. He was getting a little bit of flack, but I think it'll be a good game.
Well, what I was going to say, Cincinnati's another team. They spent millions and millions of dollars on an offensive line, which is exactly what they should have done. And their offensive line still sucks, and Burrow's still getting pounded. He isn't going to make it. I've seen it 100 times. I've seen it over the years. They can't. Those quarterbacks, it doesn't matter how big and tough they are, they can't take that pounding back here if that offensive line doesn't protect them. And he's taking a beating again. He's not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Because of that. If he had a line, like
if he had a line with all those weapons
Brady always had, or a lot of, there's been a lot of them. Roethlisberger had good lines, but Roethlisberger, he was a big boy. He could take a hit. But, Burrow's just average-sized quarterback.
I don't know if he's exactly toughest.
He's tough, but he's an average-sized quarterback. And you got to have an offensive line. If Joe Burrow had, that real good offensive line, he would tear teams up. Joe Mixon's averaging 2.8 yards a carry, so that tells you a lot about the line.
Yeah.
Mixon's not I never thought he was a elite back anyway, but 2.8 yards a carry, that's not good, and that's because of the offensive line. So.
Hey, John Barnett, 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
John always say we can get 3 yards of carry. That's all we needed.
But you want more than that.
Yeah, you do, but that's all you need.
I know.
3 yards every time.
I know. Woody Hayes.
Yeah.
3 yards in a cloud of dust. But theoretically, you want more than that because you want to know that your offensive line's better than that. But,
See, I hear the 3 yards and think, you can get 3 yards every time, you're going to win every game.
But, yeah, but...
It was beautiful and it made sense.
I agree. I agree. Woody Hayes, he was...
But, yeah, all the weapons Burrow has in defense, now he's going through that sophomore slump. I know he's not a sophomore, but he was hurt his rookie year.
Yeah.
Technically a sophomore. They're kind of game planning more for him now. They've got more film on him.
Well,
but tonight will be a good test.
plus they're getting to him.
I think my Dolphins will take care of him.
That's the problem. They're getting to him.
The only problem is
Tua going to be able to finish the game?
Yeah, Tua will be all right. Is Eli Apple going to be able to finish the game after he gets a track meet ran on him? Former Buckeye. I hate him taking all this media, but he's always getting media attention because
he's not popular.
Well, then he's not popular.
That's kind of embarrassing because he,
I hate that. Well, Michael Thomas isn't popular either. He always talking crap.
Yeah.
Little slant boy. I hate talking smack on some Buckeyes, but sometimes they just...
I know.
Kind of back to your Kamara, Cook. Zeke is one of those that they just ran him to death, and now he's non-existent. Pollard is getting more points than him.
Yeah, I think Zeke is done. He's, I mean, not done, but he'll still be around, but I don't think he'll ever be what he was.
Didn't they just give him a 5-year,
and
$200 million
offensive line again? They have offensive line issues in Dallas this year, so that makes it tougher. But
he used to be so good because his line was crazy good, and then they all retired him.
Emmett Smith, same way. Emmett Smith benefited from his offensive line.
Yeah. Dallas just... I need Dak to come back as a little QB2 to Jalen Hurts, but right now, rich are getting richer, and Jalen Hurts... Jalen scores 25 in one half. He hits his projection, and then he scores 2 more points because they're blowing everybody out.
Yeah.
But he's balling for me. He likes A.J. Brown a lot. I wish I could get A.J. Brown. I didn't know if I wanted to take him now.
Yeah.
I've had him 2 years in a row, and
yeah, I know.
he's always hit or miss for me.
But he's Hurts likes him.
Yeah, they said they were buddies and hang out outside.
He likes him, and he's a big, strong, physical target. He likes him.
You can give it to him 5 yards upfield, and he'll go for 70. He's just one of those.
Yeah.
They need to start doing that to DK Metcalf too. I've got him on my bench, but I can't trust Geno Smith, West Virginia boy.
Yeah. I don't know.
He had a good game last week, but all my guys will have good games. I just can't predict when they're going to have a good game. And when they... I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I start who I should. I almost scored the right amount of points with my starters every time, but I'm getting to the point I got too many of them. I want to trade some of those guys off and get I was trying to get Todd to trade me Saquon. I was going to give him...
Yeah.
I was going to give him, I think... Who was it?
He won't now.
No. I was going to do something crazy. I was trying to get Cooper Kupp off him, too. But I was trading him good ones. I think I was trying to trade Tyreek.
I know,
maybe.
but why would he do that, though?
Because I was going to make the pot sweet.
You were going to let him have Tyreek?
Well, yeah, for Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, though.
I was going to do Fournette and Tyreek. And then I said, nah, I'm not going to do Tyreek. I'm going to do Fournette and Deontay Johnson.
Oh.
For Cooper Kupp. What do you mean? He's projected 16. He's number 1 receiver. Kenny Pickett, whenever he starts, they're going to air it out to him.
Yeah. Well, you were just wanting to steal.
I just want to steal.
Fournette and Deontay Johnson for Cooper Kupp and Saquon Barkley?
No, not Barkley.
Oh.
Just Cooper Kupp.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was a nice deal. That would be a steal. Nobody would allow that, but...
Yeah, no one's going to let you have Cooper Kupp.
They might if I don't know. Anyway, we're going to do a segment where Kev gives us his college picks. 'Cause each week he calls me and, well, 2 weeks ago I was a little mad at him. I ran him through all my plays. Oh, no. And he shot them all down. I think I went 7-1, and the one that I put a $100 bet on was the one. He said, I don't like that one. I don't know. But, so, he wasn't hot, so that means this weekend he'll be hot. And I guarantee Washington State is on this paper.
No, it's not.
Because he loves Washington State for some reason. Seeing that little flag on game day.
But Washington State beat the spread last week.
he thinks that Washington State hits it every time?
week.
Because
every week.
they're out west.
Every
Nobody
week.
watches them. I don't know.
Every week they've hit the spread, or they've covered, and I watched them play. They're pretty good.
You don't watch them play.
I did watch them play.
Quit lying.
10 o'clock at night.
What number's their quarterback?
10 o'clock, 17.
Somebody fact check that. That ain't true.
Am I? Well, listen. There's nothing here that I'm real hot on this week.
Give us your lock of the week.
And I don't really have a lock of the week. But I guess the closest thing to the lock of the week for me this week is Texas A&M at Mississippi State. It's going to be a not a shootout. It's going to be a rough and tough defense. Texas A&M's overrated. Texas A&M's ranked 17th. Mississippi State's unranked, but Mississippi State's favored by 3.5.
Yeah.
At home.
Did Mississippi State beat LSU a couple weeks ago? I thought they went into LSU.
No, they did not beat LSU, I don't think. No. It was close, though. It was close. They played them tough. But I'm saying I don't know exactly what the under is rested on yet. It was 45.5. It was 44.5. But I say go with the under. And if you want to bet on
Leach offense?
Go with the under. If you want to bet on a team, take Mississippi State minus 3.5. Illinois at Wisconsin. That's going to be a low-scoring affair. You know, neither one of them really score a whole lot. They've got pretty good defenses. I'd say if you're going to go with anything there, pick under 43.5.
I didn't even get to watch the Ohio State Wisconsin. I just checked my phone. We were up 21-0 or 21-7.
It was bad.
Yeah, it's not gonna be one of those.
It was bad. No.
Not gonna be. Are you choosing Wisconsin -7? Is that what I see there?
Well, that's the spread. No, I'm actually taking the under 43.5 if that's what it is.
A lot of those teams, after they play us, they usually suck because they're all beat up.
Here's another one you're going to be surprised. Oklahoma is giving 5 to TCU, but I think that's a definite pick under 67.5